much fabric is too much fabric. Asking for a friend. Hey peeps, happy Tuesday. Welcome to the sewing room. I have been sewing ahead of this, but Mum was listening to an audiobook, so I've waited to say hello to you until she's left. She is currently binding off her table runner and it's nearly done. So I have been filming the time-lapse making of this top, and yes, I'm wearing my white one and I've just finished the bottle green one. I constructed this one slightly differently to the white one and it's worked really well. There is a little bit of hand sewing to do on the inside, but once that's done I will put it on and show you what it looks like. I have also received this in the post today. This is the Tan Moor Leather by Emmeline Bags, but I got it from So Hot in the UK. I got 1.5 meters of this because I absolutely love this colour. I did order this about this time last year, I think, maybe even a little bit later. And they had run out of this colour, so I ended up with the spicy mustard instead, and I haven't made that one up yet, but I really want a tan bag. I really like this faux leather, so I am thinking about doing the Hiraeth. I think I've said that wrong. It's a Welsh word. It's the new bag by Lavender and Twine, which is available through the Bag of the Month Club at the moment. But if you can't, it will be available to purchase individually in June. But if you can't wait, you can get it now, and 2 other patterns through the Bag of the Month Club. But I think I want to make that bag with this faux leather. I can't decide if I want to do the kind of bronzy, tarnished looking hardware or the copper rose gold hardware. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe gold, but maybe gold. But yeah, I haven't gone through my hardware in a while to see what I have in stock, so I don't know if I have everything that I'd need for that bag. And I also need to do the bag that I want to do for the sewing retreat. So there will be some bags being made, which is quite nice because I haven't made a bag for a long time. The last time I made a bag was the Annette bag, probably 2 years ago now. Wow, maybe 1.5 years. That's, yeah, 1.5 years. So yes, wow. Anyway, it's currently 6:15, so it's really late for me to be saying hello to you, but like I say, Mum was down here and I didn't want to disturb her, so I thought I would wait. But I am really pleased with how this top has come out. Like I say, I did it slightly differently. The one that I'm wearing, I top stitched the hem into place. This one, I turned it through one of the side seams, so I need to slip stitch that closed, but that is totally fine. It's going to take me 10 minutes to get that done, and then I'll show you this one on. I really have enjoyed wearing this top today. I really like it. It's very comfortable, so there are going to be many of these. I mean, there's going to be three in the Cobra Corsage, so yeah, fingers crossed you guys don't get too bored of seeing them. But they're quick to make, as I said yesterday, quick to cut out, and don't take very much fabric either, which is great. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to carry on and make the teal one this evening, or if I'm going to work on the 9006, or if I'm going to work on the 9345 shirt. Not sure. Might be a good idea to just get the teal one done and then move on to the 9006 that is cut out of the same teal fabric, because I'll have the machine set up for that. That could be the plan of attack. But yes, I will get this slip stitched into place and then I will show you what it looks like on when. It's not going to be that much of a shock. It's going to look very much like this one. Okay, so just before I went to London, I asked if you guys had any questions for the time lapses, and a few of you have come back with questions. And the first one is from Penny McDonald, and she says, what is your opinion on set-in sleeves versus flat sleeves? So I really like flat sleeves on knits and set-in sleeves on wovens. However, there are a few occasions where I have put a sleeve in flat on a woven garment. For example, the last one I can think of is the Sorrento jacket, and that was done so that you could do top stitching easily around the shoulder seam, which totally makes sense. I know some people don't like setting in sleeves. It's never been one of those things that I dread or hate. I've never really had an experience where a sleeve just wouldn't behave itself and go in properly. So I don't have that dread of setting in woven sleeves into a circle. And just to be clear, so Flat sleeves as in you haven't sewn the side seams up yet, and set-in sleeves are when you've sewn the side seams up. At least that's my understanding of it. If there is a different definition, let us know in the comments down below. Believe it or not, I do tend to follow the pattern instructions for the majority of construction of garments, and the standard is to set in a woven sleeve. There are a few knit patterns out there that would try and have you set in sleeves to knits, and those ones I just think that's daft, and I ignore them, and I put the sleeve in flat, and then I sew up the side seam from the wrist to the hem, whether it be the skirt hem or the waist hem, depending if I'm making a top or a dress. So basically flat sleeves for knits, set-in sleeves for wovens, unless there's a specific reason for doing it another way. Next up, Dimple73 says, new subscriber here, just wondering what you do with all of your makes, especially the dresses. Thanks. I get asked this question a surprising amount. I wear everything I make. I mean, there are the few occasions where I'll make something and I really, really don't like it, but I do tell you guys that. I show you guys that in the vlogs, and it will more than likely come up in the kind of monthly lookbooks as well. Although I think there was one thing that I made last year that you guys never got to see the finished result from, and that was a pair of trousers that were just truly comical and awful, and I just didn't want to share those. But the majority of stuff I make, you guys get to see it, and then I wear it. I do work from home. It would be really easy to wear sweats and or like, you know, athleisure, depends where you are in the world, doesn't it? Athleisure wear to work every day. And I made myself a whole bunch of very nice jersey comfy clothes, and I've just found that I prefer making dresses. I prefer making things in cotton lawns and viscoses and floaty dresses, and I enjoy wearing them. I probably am 100% overdressed for the majority of things that I do, but it makes me happy, and over the last couple of years, I think that's one of the things that we've all realised is you need to do more of what makes you happy, and getting dressed up and wearing pretty clothes is one of those things. So what do I do with all of my makes? I wear them. Next up, we have a question from Kara. She says, what kind of iron do you use and how are you doing? I'm doing very well, thank you. Still have a croaky voice, but I feel totally fine. I don't like my iron. I can't remember what brand it is, but I am not a huge fan. It's cordless, so it has the iron itself is completely cord free, and then the cord is attached to the charging base station. You have I think it's about 45 seconds of charge before you have to put it back on the base station. It's okay. It's just not my favorite, and I think we are going to be investing in a new iron. I know I'm going to say this one wrong. Osleo. The ones that have the little legs and it pops up. Mum loves those, and I think they're very, very cool, and I've heard really good reports about them, so we're going to be getting one of those. I do have a Pulte iron. I spent a lot of money on it, and from day one it didn't work properly. To begin with, and there was no steam. There was something broken in it. I stupidly didn't get it repaired within the warranty, the 1-year warranty, so I had to pay for a repair, and now it just pees out really hot water, like actual boiling water, and still doesn't make steam. So yeah, I haven't had much luck with irons, and I don't recommend any of the ones that I've got, but we are going to be getting one of the little standy up irons, which I'm excited about. Final question for today is from Alexandra. She says, lots of lovelies to come. I'm wondering how the Lady McElroy on viscose print fades through time compared to the lawn. I have found that the viscoses stay nice and vibrant. I have to say, I try to wash my clothes as little as possible. I won't wash a dress just because I've worn it. I'll wash it because it's stained or it needs it. I will try and do spot cleaning if I can get away with it, because I want to prolong the life of my garments for as long as possible. Hopefully anyone who's actually met me in person will say that, you know, I'm not smelly and I am clean, but I do try to wash my outer garments as infrequently as possible. It's another reason I wear slips and the other kind of like under things, so that they get washed more often. The viscose dresses I've made from Lady McElroy prints haven't been washed super frequently, but they do remain vibrant. The cotton lawns, as I've mentioned before, those prints do fade. When I first got, the very first one that I got was Cobra Corsage on the noir background on the cotton lawn, and it did fade significantly after its first wash, before I'd even made the garment, when I just washed the fabric to, you know, kind of like get any shrinking done and out of the way. And again, the same thing with my cotton lawn garments. I try to wash those as infrequently as possible and do spot cleaning instead to keep them looking as good as they can for as long as possible. But I have found, I think I've said this 3 times now, but yeah, the viscose prints, I haven't found any fading at all, and I've been really happy with them. That's all the questions that I'm going to answer today, but if you've enjoyed this, please do put your questions down in the comment section and I will probably get to them at some point, because there will be many time lapses in your future. I finished! I love it. I think one of my favourite things about Cobra Corsage is that because of the colours in the prints, it goes with so many things. I am wearing it with my red denim skirt today, and I think that this green one goes just as well as the cream chantilly one that you've just seen me wearing. I, as I say, will always probably wear these tucked in because that is just my preference. But I think they look really nice. I've lost count of how many Anna bodices I've made now. It's always been a silhouette that I've really enjoyed wearing, so yeah, very happy with this. Very happy indeed. Hopefully you guys won't be getting sick of seeing Cobra Corsage, because there is a lot more to come. A lot more to come. I had 4 meters of this fabric, and I've got a 6891 shirt dress and this top out of it, and a little bit of bias binding, and then there's some decent-ish, oh, and a face covering and a couple of hair scrunchies. There's a decent size scraps left. They are in the scrap pile that I will be, in fact I think there's probably two scrap bundles that I'll be putting up in the shop soon. But yeah, there were very small pieces of this left, not anything out of 4 meters is what I'm trying to get at. So yeah, 4 meters is a great length. This cotton lawn I think is 140 centimeters wide. It might be 150. I will put the correct one up on the screen for you guys, but yeah, highly recommend. It's really easy to work with as well. When I started out making my own clothes, I was using the quilting cottons because they had the prettiest prints at the time, and also they were easy to work with and they behaved themselves. And then I kind of progressed on to cotton lawns, which are lighter weight and designed for clothing. There's nothing wrong with making clothing out of quilting cotton, and I still wear some of mine, and I have more to make clothing out of. I think it's a really good way to start because it's readily available, it behaves itself. I know not everybody likes it, but it's always been one of those things that it's just like, oh, the prints are cute, it's easy to work with, it's not too expensive even in the UK. You can get it cheaper per length in America, and some of them I actually have had shipped over from America, and even with the shipping and import fees they've still worked out cheaper than I could have bought them in the UK. Yeah, I really like quilting cotton. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it for clothing. You do need to bear in mind that it has quite a lot of structure and body, so it's not going to work for drapey dresses, but then the same can be said of the cotton lawns. Like, this has some structure to it. Like, I have lined this one with a slightly stiffer black cotton lawn, which you can just see there. That has given this a little bit more structure, but it's not like a floopy drapey fabric, which viscoses and rayons are. And that's kind of like been my progression of sewing, was quilting cottons, cotton lawns, then onto rayons, which I am utterly obsessed with. Although my collection of rayons is, well, I don't know if it's small, because it used to be 4 cubby holes and I've now only got 2, but then I have put some of the rayons into the collections, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cubby holes, 5 collections like together. So yeah, maybe there's probably about 3 cubby holes worth of rayon in my stash, if we're being honest. The stash is large. Let's sit down, hang on. Yes, the stash is strong with this one. I really don't need any more fabric. I have bought more fabric. As you've seen, the faux leather's come today, and then there's the stuff from La Mazie that I told you about in preemptively for behaving myself at the dentist. I really will have to behave myself at the dentist because, as I say, like, you only get the fabric if you don't bite them. Yeah. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the rest of the evening. It's 6:30 now. I've been waffling and rabbiting for about 15 minutes. So, well, I mean, by the time I've cut it down, it won't be 15 minutes, but yeah, I really don't know what I'm going to do. I am quite hungry, so I think I might go back up to the house, make myself some dinner, and then come back down here and do some sewing, although I do have a lot of editing to do as well. We shall see. We shall see. Lots of you guys were, this is really interesting, in the comments on the video I put up today, there's loads of people saying please do roses next, and there's loads of people saying please do the lemons next, and I still haven't decided. I've got till the end of this month. That's a self-imposed arbitrary like deadline. I could easily just carry on with Cobra's corsage if I'm not finished with it, but I think I might be, you know, because I do know what I want all of those things to be, and as I say, the only one that's probably going to end up outstanding is the velvet, because of the patterns coming from Australia, and once I've got my PO box sorted. I need to talk to my manager about that, see if I can see if he has any recommendations, because I am drawing a blank for someone somewhere that will take everything that's on the island. So yeah, we shall have to see. I am feeling totally fine. I am just still have a croaky throat from, you know, plague, so I am totally fine, don't feel ill at all, just sound really croaky, which is why, another reason why I am kind of putting off filming all of the intros and outros for the sew-alongs. I am sorry, they're going to be things that are there forever. Like the vlogs, I know lots of people go back to the beginning and sort of watch the way through, but the vlogs are kind of like ethereal things that kind of come out, and you know, the core audience watch them and then they kind of disappear into the ether unless it gets recommended to you or something like that. But the sew-alongs and the lookbooks and those kinds of things are videos that get watched quite a lot and quite frequently, and this voice bugs me, so it would really bug me to have it on a sew-along. Yeah, so food, and then we shall see. I think I will say goodnight to you guys now though, because I know what I'm like. I might not come back down here. I might stay up at mine and do some editing this evening. So I think I'll say goodnight to you guys now. So I hope you've enjoyed the little bit that I have filmed today, and I will see you all tomorrow.